This is why you don't talk shit if you ain't willing to get hit.
Thanks, Tina. That's number 2.
But yeah, my phone broke. I went to T-Mobile to get a new one.
Yeah.
I was just going to get Tina's OnePlus 6.
That's true.
And it's like OnePlus 7 Pro's out. I'm like, oh, that's not too much more expensive than if I get the 6. Or I might as well just go up for that one. And then, like, look at the camera. It just pops up. I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome.
It's super cool. I've seen that. Like, I've been watching that phone forever on CNET.
Also, I really like the blue on the background. It's super nice.
All right. So, did you figure out what you want to do for the opening?
Yes.
Yeah, we're opening.
Let's do this show. This is the behind the scenes stuff that you only get on YouTube.
We're sorry.
We're sorry that we do this to you.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
You know what you're doing?
Yep.
Nico, what are you doing?
I'll do Stranger Things. I'll go first.
Tina, what are you doing?
I was gonna do. Never mind.
Stranger Things?
No.
You want to go second and do Stranger Things also?
Yeah.
Okay. No, you have to go last. You'll be potentially the funniest one.
Okay.
What do you want to do, Zach?
Movie pass.
All right, Zach's going to do Movie Pass.
What's your thing?
Culturesmash goes to the Upside Down with Stranger Things Season 3.
Okay. I was gonna do a Robin Sparkles. Let's all go to the mall today. Kind of deal. No. Okay.
Maybe. I don't know how much we may talk about them all, which is torn down.
We
now,
are
by
going
the
to
way.
discuss this. Yep. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
All right, we're going.
I'm going last.
You're going last. Yeah, Zach will be in the middle, so if he messes it all up. On this episode of the Culture Smash Cast,
We go to the Upside Down with Stranger Things Season 3.
Movie pass is down again.
Then let's all go to the mall today.
it's the Culture Smash Cast, episode 495 for July the 10th, 2019. I'm Stephen Lackey, editor of CultureSmash.tv.
5 more episodes.
5 more.
Nicholas Qualls, contributor to Culturesmash.tv.
And who knows how to count?
Right. And somebody's not paying any attention
Oh,
whatsoever.
I'm sorry. I've been trying to read.
Trying to not give away secrets?
Secrets can be instructions.
Oh my God, Zach!
Oh,
A finger is pointing at you.
oh, I'm Zach Martin.
Yeah.
A little child that cannot keep his mouth shut.
Ain't that the truth? And I am
More ways than one.
and I am Tina, contributor to Culturesmash.tv.
All right. So, how was everybody's holiday?
Busy.
Yeah? What'd you do?
Hypericon, Spider-Man, Stranger Things, Spider-Man. Yes, I said it twice.
Yeah.
And
Because you saw it twice.
Yeah, and getting a USS Butterscotch from Baskin Robbins.
That was great.
I saw that picture, the weird picture of you. They have the thing you can poke your head through.
Yeah, they have. Baskin Robbins was doing a marketing tie-in with Stranger Things because in Stranger Things Season 3, which we will go into in copious amounts, there is a mall ice cream shop called Scoops Ahoy. If you go to a Baskin Robbins store near you, you will find that some of them are wearing Scoops Ahoy t-shirts, and you could buy decals, magnets. You can even buy a special Funko Pop. There's Steve in his sailor uniform selling the signature ice cream item, which is the USS Butterscotch.
Ours was out.
Yeah, a lot of them were out. I had some friends also look at multiple Baskin Robbins to try to find it.
To try to get the pop?
Yes.
And
That thing is going to be so expensive.
And there were 3 signature Stranger Things ice cream flavors, and then also like dishes that you could get based on the franchise.
I got the USS Butterscotch flavor, which is the traditional, butterscotch toffee. 11's Heaven, which is caramel ice cream with chocolate-covered waffle cone pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one that I didn't get because it was a little too rich for my blood was the upside down praline.
That sounds delicious, though.
Oh yeah, I did a sample and it's so good.
All right.
Yeah.
So Hypericon is a local science
fiction convention.
How was that show this year? I didn't get to go.
It was good.
It's good.
It was.
It was a little far out of town for me this year.
It starts later on Friday, goes through till Sunday. It was at the Clarion in Murfreesboro.
Which for non-local listeners is pretty far outside of Nashville.
It's about a 45-minute
30,
drive.
40 minutes.
It's almost a suburb town. It's like half an hour out. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
In the hotel's right off the interstate, so it's not too inconvenient. But yeah, it went pretty well. They all had a pretty good time.
They had a nice gaming area. They had some good programming. They had a nice little dealer room. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Then
so many people dressing up as Steve Harrington.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there were definitely some Steves. A lot of Stranger Things discussion because it was right after. Like, I'm pretty sure half of the convention was like us and just killed season 3 on the 4th of July.
I did not kill it on the 4th of July, but I did have it finished by Sunday.
Same.
Yeah. Actually, I had it finished by Saturday.
Well, Sunday for me.
Yeah.
But I watched the fireworks online because we just looked at the weather and we're like, no.
Yeah, in Nashville it stormed.
Yep.
And also
which was great weather.
I really didn't feel like watching 35,000 fireworks go off, like 35,000 cans of paint splashed on a wall. Like, did anyone watch the stream or go down?
No.
So basically, like, they do their 3 songs, the orchestra does it, and like I had multiple streams. Luckily, I synced them to where I could have like 5 different angles, and like the orchestra is done, and like they're walking off, and it keeps going for like another 5 minutes of just. I wish I could say a certain phrase on here, but we're rated PG.
There's actually a reason why they did that. I read.
There's a porno phrase I would use in terms of how many fireworks they just shot off at once.
Yeah.
But it was just like, this is just noise. It's like a grenade. It's like, just because it's loud doesn't mean everyone wants to see it.
That's actually why they did it, is because for the past couple of years they've had complaints that you can't hear the Nashville Symphony's finale of the Stars and Stripes song because of the noise of the fireworks. So they had the pentultimum of the whole climax of the finale for the fireworks happen after the orchestra had played the song. So.
Which they should really get more songs, please. Y'all are doing the same 3 songs that y'all did like 2 years ago.
Well, but you know what? I've gotten this feeling about fireworks on the 4th of July. It's just like, it's kind of always like the same thing. It's just colorful
imagine
sparkles in the air. I don't know. I've just gotten kind of bored with fireworks.
I got bored with fireworks for a while too. I like going over to what we do is Tina and I, we go to the Qualls family gathering at my dad's place. He lives out in a rural area. He's got a good plot of land, so we just blow crap up.
It's great.
It's
better when you're doing it yourself.
Yeah,
that's it.
And there's always that fear because of past years' experiences that one of the fireworks
someone's going to knock over an artillery shell, and it's just going to go towards you, which has happened.
It adds something.
I love
a flavor.
There was one that dropped down and bounced in front of us this year. It was great. But yeah, it does add something because there's more in personal involvement and personal risk. Danger, yep. But it is also fun seeing your family members try to blow crap up and try to run for their lives.
Yeah, it's great.
And the food's better.
Yep.
That's 100%
where I go.
And it's also a rite of passage. So it's like, once you get old enough, then it becomes your turn to light the fireworks until the next generation.
Yeah.
And then you join the people watching the fireworks.
Yeah, so it's a family thing now.
And you drink a lot. It's better food, better drinks, cheaper.
Then you win at darts.
So the last 3 or 4 years, it's hilarious. Even though they've been like really terrible, it became a weird tradition for me to go see the new Purge movie on the 4th of July.
That's right, there was no Purge movie.
There was no Purge movie this year. I was lost. I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? I can't go sit in a dark theater and watch something terrible and hope for some gore or some nudity.
You could have. There were plenty of choices.
Annabelle was out.
Which
Midsommar
we're going to get to that.
Yeah.
The only thing...
But we had Stranger Things.
Keep walking on.
Go. Do it.
How's it feel?
I just want to complain is, if you have, say for instance, you're going to use fireworks as a stage, and in downtown Nashville we have the backdrop of the Titan Stadium. That's your stage. Use it. Imagine if they had laser projection going on there.
Yeah. Well,
adding to the flavor of the and have a story going on. Have highs, have lows. It doesn't have to be massive all the time. It feels like they're just like, fire everything and hope for the best. I hope it sticks.
Well, I think there's a part of, like, there's this weird competition that's kind of started between Nashville and, like, New York City for the biggest fireworks displays. So now it becomes how many booms you can put up there, so you get that press. Your
I'm not
city
saying
gets
you
that
can't
press.
have your boom, but I'm saying if you have a better show, have a better show.
Yeah.
I mean, Disney,
Have your boom,
Disney
but also-
has 2,000 fireworks a night, and they have a better show.
Have your boom, but also have your shaka.
yeah,
They have a
yeah.
better show than 35,000.
Yeah.
You know what? No, yeah, I'm not going to compare to Disney. I mean, that's
I
Disney.
know it's
Disney.
unfair, but Disney is
Yeah.
like the ones where it's like, all right, well, let's see what you can do given not so much. And they can do it. And that's what I'm saying is they have mapping projection. They have a story. They have soundtrack. They have some, like, if you're not right next to the orchestra,
Oh, dude,
you'll
I don't
be able to hear
know.
it.
I don't know. This is the South. You might be
I
be
know.
getting something
I might
that you
have
don't
wishful
want.
Thinking. Cut
No,
half of the
you might be
fireworks
getting
down
a
and have
story
speakers
like it's a bunch of
places.
like I don't know crap you don't care about. It's gonna be boring still. You know, it's still
It'd
gonna
be
be boring.
something new and different than just I don't know. We had the '90s and '80s, right?
Did we?
Yeah, we had in the '90s for sure. I went.
Oh, okay. All right, let's talk about movies.
Sorry,
I
had
tried
to
to
get
do a
that out.
segue a
You
little
did
while
try.
ago, but
You tried. So the box office for the weekend, number 10 was Rocket Man. It made $2.6 million. It's made $89 million so far on a $40 million budget. Number 9 is Avengers Endgame. Made another $3 million. It's made $847.8 million on a $356 million budget. Not gonna surpass
It's not
that
gonna-
Avatar.
I mean, unless it just. I mean, they're gonna have to re-release it again.
Yep.
I'm fine with that if that happens.
It'll be
I-
on DVD and Blu-ray by then.
Yeah, it was coming out in July.
not
The
the same.
digital copy's coming out in July.
Yep.
Yeah, it is not the same. Yeah, you're correct. It's not the same. Number 8 is Men in Black. How is this in the top 10? Men in Black International. It made $3.7 million. It's made $72 million on a $110 million budget.
To be fair, look at the movie. Avengers is right behind it, which also has one of the same leads, and one of the leads of Men in Black is a supporting character in Avengers, and it's been out for 11 weeks as opposed to 4 weeks.
Good point. Good point. All right, so number 7 is The Secret Life of Pets 2, the movie Zach is pinning his film ball hopes
baby.
and dreams
I
on.
mean, it's making money.
$4.6 million over the weekend, $140 million so far on an $80 million budget.
Damn it! Why does this movie have to make money? But yay, money!
Yeah, monies. All right, opening new this weekend is Midsommar. It made $6.5 million on. Wait.
No budget.
No budget there. So it's made a total of $10 million, almost $11 million. I guess it's that way because of the holiday
So
weekend.
I've heard, yeah, I think so. The one up above is like the same way too.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about this movie, and I want to go see it. I am hesitant because I did not like Hereditary, and it's the same director. But directors could have good bad movies. It just waivers.
So it's funny because Zach asked me what I thought of it because I did go see it.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a double feature. I'll talk about the other one in a
I
minute.
tried,
And I didn't not like Hereditary in the way that you did, but it didn't gestate well with me. Like the longer distance I got from it, the more I felt it dragged.
You
And
saw it a second time, right?
I did
Yeah.
because I just wasn't sure. And on that second viewing, I'm like, wow, this does drag in the middle. I am bored in the middle. It just is bloated. But I think he's so unique, like his visual style and the way he tells stories is so unique. I'm going to give his movies a try. So I went and saw Midsommar, and immediately afterwards, I wasn't sure how I felt about it.
Yeah,
Like-
I texted you like, how was it?
I'm like, I don't know. I'm still thinking about it.
Was your double feature seeing it again?
No, I saw something that was way worse than Midsommar as a second film, but I didn't pay for that one. We're back to the old school pre-movie pass days when I slipped from one theater to the next.
Piracy.
Exactly. But the thing about Midsommar is I think I've settled on the fact that I actually really like it because it does not drag in the way that Hereditary did. It's meditative still, but it doesn't just feel like bulked up in the middle. It gets right to the point. Like the stuff you see in the trailer, like with them going to this place or whatever. I mean, they're quick. They get right onto it. They get moving. This lead actress, I've never seen her before, but she's really good. She's really good. Now, Zach, of course, somebody here at the table read like spoilers for the whole thing.
I read the script.
Yeah.
6 months ago.
There's some visual things in it that, like, if you
It
read
was
them,
reading
maybe
the-
could come off
reading
silly.
The script, I was like, I don't know how this works. That's why I was curious for you.
But there's a lot of like undertones of grief and separation. That they tell you that in the trailer that she's dealing with loss of a family member. So there's a lot of like symbolism built in there, and I don't know. There was another movie about people going to a cult that we saw last year. What was that called? I was trying to think of it. We saw it at our art house theater at the Belcourt.
Green something?
And I remember it had like a really terrible like house caught fire, and it was terrible CGI effect. But it was these dudes went to a cult thing.
Oh, that's right.
What is it?
The Endless.
The Endless.
okay.
The Endless.
Yeah.
It feels a lot like that
remember
movie.
that. Okay.
It feels like if you had The Endless, except this has more flair and more thought than its visual look. I recommend it.
Okay.
I liked it. I think it's a way better movie than Hereditary.
Good.
Hereditary has that gut punch that a lot of movies don't have the balls to give you, but overall as a movie,
I mean,
this one I will have on my shelf. Hereditary, I don't know.
All right.
I wanted to go see this film, but AMC's ticketing systems, I went to the theater. It's like 6:05. And we walk up and they're like, our ticketing systems are having issues. We're not taking any tickets right now past 7 p.m. at the moment. It is 6:05. So they said, come back a little bit later and we'll see if it's up. And I'm like,
What?
What do you
here's
mean your ticketing system is
yeah,
down?
AMC's ticketing system went down. So, like, you couldn't reserve seats. So, here's the thing. If you have a reserved seat system, I can't even see what good seats are left. Or if there are any good seats. So, I'm not going to wait around an hour plus to see what the good seats are. When
I'm
I can
surprised
just
they
go
don't have
home.
some sort of manual, like,
Yeah.
log to check, because you should be able to at least see, like, where it was saved last. Like, I don't know, that's so weird.
Yeah, it was...
It is really weird.
Well, AMC Thoroughbred 20.
They should
Cool Springs.
handwrite tickets and let people in. You don't turn people away. But this, you notice what I say about AMC? They suck.
All right. So number 5.
Number 5, that one is Aladdin, the live action one, of course, $7.5 million. It's made $320 million on a $183 million budget. Okay, number 4 is Annabelle Comes Home, the movie I snuck into.
I was guessing that was it. I was positive.
$9.4 million. It's made almost $50 million right now, and I'm sure that's probably hedging very close
Is the
to.
next one going to be Annabelle Goes Shopping or something?
Well, 2 things. One, I was curious because I keep reading that this movie was going to be like sort of a launch pad for Conjuring 3, which are the Conjuring movies I like, and also it was starting when I came out of Midsommar, so I'm like...
Why not? 2.5 hour film, let's go into another 90 minute.
But I have to... I did something, and I don't know why.
Did you sneak booze in?
No, I didn't do that. I did something. I did something else, right? So I go in.
Steven, I told you, stop masturbating in the theater.
That was during the credits. No one cared. So I'm watching the movie, and it was blue shifted, right?
Oh, no!
And I was getting so annoyed. I'm sitting there. I didn't buy a ticket. I went and complained. I went to the bar and complained. I'm like, it's
You went and complained
for a
about
movie
a
I
movie
didn't
you didn't pay for.
Yeah. But it gets worse. She said, I'm going to send somebody. And it didn't get fixed like 10 minutes later. So I go back out. I'm like, she said the projections went, looked at it. It's fine. I said, I'm a filmmaker. It's not fine. It's blue shifted. And they went back up and fixed it. Twice I complained and I didn't buy a ticket.
Well, at least they fixed
They
it.
did. They fixed it. But I had to complain twice because he didn't take my word for it the first time.
I'm a filmmaker. I
said, I know.
calibrate my own home theater
Yeah,
projector.
I'm like, I know this is
Girl,
not
do
right.
it. Let me go up there.
Right, I would have. I was getting so annoyed by it. I was willing to get
For
it
this
out.
movie
There
that
are
you
times
did
where-
not pay
That I didn't
for.
pay for, right?
There are times where I'm like, give me the focus ring because I'm going to focus.
Well, but I tell you why I got so mad. It's because I saw in this same theater. It was not at my home theater. It was Hollywood 27, which doesn't mean anything if you're not local. But all it is, it's kind of one of the shabbier.
It's one further out.
It's a shabbier
It's the
Regal.
one I go to only if it's only showing there, and then I'm even going to have second thoughts.
Right. Well, if the times work, I would go, but I'm not even going that way anymore because I saw Child's Play there, also blue shifted, and I had to complain about that to get it fixed.
Did you pay for that one?
I did pay for that
Good.
one. Yeah, I did pay for that.
Digital cinema was supposed to fix these problems.
Right. So anyway, on to the movie. It was pumpkin spice latte. I just kept thinking, man,
Tina will like it.
This is so basic. This movie, it's just basic. It wasn't
Okay.
bad.
There are some
You know?
movies I like because they're really good movies, and then there's some movies I like because they're just really good popcorn movies. Where I
Well,
can just zone out, eat popcorn, and be like, these people are stupid. stupid.
Is that also why you like pumpkin spice
Do
latte?
you just look at the pretty colors? Just look at the colors.
Sometimes,
and enjoy
yeah.
it.
Well,
pretty
just
blue
make sure they're
colors.
not blue shifted because it gets boring after a
I
while.
like blue.
But I mean, it's not that it's bad. It's not bad. It's just not particularly good either. It's
Okay.
just, it's there. You know,
got what you paid for.
Yeah, I got what I paid for.
top three.
I think I fixed the projection for the next people coming in though. All right, so number 3 is yesterday. It made $10 million. It made $36 million so far on a $26 million budget. I wanted to see this movie, and I'm hearing bad things. I'm hearing that it's
I heard
just
it's like
not
a great
that,
concept that it doesn't know what
that
to
it
do
doesn't
with
pay
it.
off. That's what I'm hearing too. So I was
Yeah,
like,
because it has potential.
and the trailers were cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So number 2 is Toy Story 4, 33, almost 34 million. It's made 306 million so far. Really good movie, but feels unnecessary. That was my ultimate feeling from it. It's
Really
really
That's-
good.
You know,
just-
that's
we
the
didn't need
general
it.
consensus among a lot of friends that I've been seeing posts. Is like, it's a great movie. It hits you in the feels again, but you didn't need it.
Yeah, and it didn't hit me in the feels the way the third one did.
Yeah.
The third one just
Well, I can't
Killed
say
it.
anything to that.
I didn't feel
Yeah.
any
We still
feels.
haven't fixed that. We're
yeah,
gonna fix that too.
yeah, that's right. We're gonna fix
I didn't
that.
feel any feels at the beginning of that film.
And right, number 1 over the weekend, Spider-Man: Far From Home. It made 92 million, 92.5. It's made 185 million so far, $160 million budget.
Yeah, so the 92.5 is just from the weekend, Friday through Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it actually opened last Tuesday. And if you want to know, like, in depth our feelings, listen to the hour-and-a-half show last week. What?
He's playing with my
Zach is
phone.
trying to hack into Nico's
No,
phone.
no,
Right?
It's got the light up fingerprint thing. It's really cool.
Look
Look at the colors.
He loves it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, ooh, it glows.
So you guys saw Spider-Man a second time.
We did, yes.
We did.
And you like it better or worse the second time?
I think the same.
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much- yeah.
pretty steady for me.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I think the same flaws.
We did catch
we
something.
catch a line that I didn't
Yeah.
catch last time.
Yeah.
This isn't the spoilery
No.
episode, so I'm not going to go into
But
it.
Right.
we'll discuss it after.
All right, cool.
I watched it.
I shared your number with everybody.
It's fine.
Yeah, and I think that
It's
it seems like the score you would give it. I'm not-
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
For somebody who's not a
I'm
true
never
Spider-Man
gonna watch
fan,
it again.
you know,
I'm never
I
gonna
will own it. I will happily watch it again as a nice solid.
I still
6 out
stand
of 10
by.
for me.
I like Homecoming more, and I think I
Homecoming's
will
a better
watch,
movie.
I will
Homecoming's a
watch
better film.
Homecoming more than I would watch this one. Although we were Zach and I were talking about the Mysterio scene, and I think that one I would watch. Just
Mysterio
that,
I would watch that
Best scene
scene
in the movie.
absolutely 4 times in a row.
that scene's a visualizer. I could just
Yeah.
put that on a
It
background.
looks like
Yeah.
they planned for it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, they care. Oh,
But
well,
but
they
you
pay
know
attention.
in thinking about that scene though, I get more mad about the fact that Spider-Man doesn't have his little comedic jokes during it.
Yeah, there's no. It's not.
I get
really
more
quippy.
annoyed about that. Like when he
Yeah.
starts killing it, I'm like, you should be a wise ass right now.
So what's opening this weekend?
This weekend
Steven?
you can see the horrible looking Stubber, which the Rotten Tomatoes Stuber.
Super.
It's
Because
a
it's
40
Stew.
Uber, yeah.
Uber.
44 million, 44% on Rotten Tomatoes right now, which seems high for me. And then Crawl opens. There's no rating on it. I'm so annoyed by Crawl because it doesn't look good.
It looks bad.
Yeah.
But everybody behind it is somebody I'm interested in.
I look. I know you like what's this? Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
You like Sam Raimi.
I do.
He did not write this.
I know.
He did not direct this.
I know,
just
he produced it.
He just produced it.
And the director?
Some guy.
No, it's not some guy.
Who
It's
is
a
it?
director. It's
Yes, it is. A
No, I mean it's a name I knew.
Okay,
It's a name
well,
I knew. Look
I
it up.
got it.
You got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was his name?
Directed by Alexandria
Aja.
Aja.
Whoa.
I said, yeah. That's why I said it's got Sam Raimi producing and him directing.
Maybe the trailers are just.
Maybe the
crap.
trailers are-
Yeah,
I'm
it could be a.
Okay, knowing that,
yeah.
I'm willing to give this a shot.
I told you.
If. I mean, it's gotta get good things. If it's bad.
Well, there's no rating right
I
now, so
know.
that's scary.
I know.
But it's got all good people behind it.
What's
Maybe
his-
there's just a twist in it that they don't
that
want.
director,
Maybe.
when he goes hardcore, he goes hardcore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Piranha 3D still has one
Piranha
of the
3D 's
best
great.
score sequences of the decade.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Like,
I
it
don't know.
started off the decade, and I was like,
And
holy crap.
That
it's
movie
gonna be
alone
hard to
tells
top.
you he knows how to direct Monsters in the Water movies.
Yeah.
So-
Because
and that's
that
what this
sequence,
is.
that sequence is incredible. It's like
Yeah.
6 minutes of like the best
Gore
practical
ever.
gore
Yeah.
that they could make.
So yeah, because
Someone gets ripped in half while they're carrying them, and it's a practical effect. It's fantastic.
All right, I see what happened now with this script.
You see what happened?
This story that Zach has, actually, I think I intended to give to one of you guys, but now he has to read it because he didn't prepare.
Okay.
Well, it's a good thing
And then the other script, the other story
did
is.
you prepare?
I scratched like one sequence.
Oh,
Did you edit it, Nico?
He's learning.
I didn't do anything. He
Okay,
said
good.
he
I'm
cut
not
it
reading the
off.
whole thing. I'll sum up like a paragraph.
Go for it.
Go. Yeah.
There's never a good time to have.
No.
to do this.
Here we go.
CEO Mitch Lowe. Well, Mitch, what's the problem?
CEO of what?
Of MoviePass. The once high-flying but now embattled theater subscription platform has halted its service as of July 4th holiday box office weekend gets into swing. MoviePass site service was halted at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday and may take, quote, several weeks for it to resume service while it undergoes unspecified improvements to its mobile app. So the excuse given here is that they're going to redo the app, that they really need some weeks to do that. When a simple software update,
Yeah, couldn't they redo
So-
the app offline and then just update everybody's
Yeah.
phone?
yes, they could
Yeah.
do that, exactly.
Don't they? Because the last time, like the first time they did its major outage, wasn't it Black Panther weekend?
It was Mission
was
Impossible.
Mission Impossible,
Yeah.
that's
Fallout
what-
weekend.
Yeah, it was that one. Okay.
It's like these strategic resets of their system. I can't believe
Right
it's-
when there's a big summer blockbuster.
Do people still use MoviePass? I thought it was
Yes.
done.
Yeah, I had someone say, "Are you still on MoviePass?" It's gotten better, and I'm like, "There's no way I'm going back to MoviePass."
How has it gotten
No.
better? It's out during what? During Spider-Man,
During Spider-Man,
Lion King.
and potentially Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Are you proud of that?
which is
He is. He's very much
which
so
is
proud of it.
this is prime summer real estate.
Yeah,
Prime.
and they're-
Exactly, that's
Yeah.
the point. Because so many people are going to go to
And,
movies.
Yeah. So basically, Mitchell also went to say, but to complete the improved version of our app that we believe will provide a much better experience for our subscribers, it has to be done. You're lying, Mitch, and I.
It was this time last year because Mission Impossible came out around July last year.
Yep.
It went down, and that was the beginning of the slow and still ongoing end of MoviePass. It's the summer blockbusters because their
they
model
kill 'em,
doesn't
yeah.
work.
They had brought back their $9.95 a month, as a 3 tickets a month sort of thing.
Yeah.
MoviePass subscription app rival Cinemia shut down its U.S. service, you bastards.
Yeah, right.
In late April.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah,
Zach.
right.
Oh, no, I can't say. We're on the air. Saying its effort to raise the funds required to continue operations have not been sufficient. So, in other news, AMC's theater's own subscription service, AMC Stubs A-List, now counts more than 860,000 subscribers as of the end of June. Cinemark's Movie Club passed 500,000 subscribers, and now it's rumored
Well, let's move into our next story.
that Regal
Regal's new unlimited movie ticket subscription service is prepping to launch at the end of July
Yay.
in America.
America.
Details are still being ironed out. There's a lot of rumors and hearsays right now. But here's what we know. There will be 3 tiers of pricing, which will work out to $18, $21, and $24 a month, which roughly goes into monthly prices of $288 a month or year,
Yearly prices. Yeah, I was like, whoa.
That's a jump.
Yeah.
$252 yearly or $216 yearly. Now, each tier is granting access to unlimited tickets. Really. So
Now, is that one per day, or is that
that
think
is
that's-
undetermined.
I think that's part of the details there still.
Right.
So
Yes.
while the monthly price of AMC Stubs A-List subscription varies by state, Regal's is supposedly based on theater location. Those purchasing a top price tier will have access to any Regal cinema from California to New York, while the lowest tier gets access to about half of the chain's national footprint. If someone purchases a subscription at a low tier and ventures to an out-of-network Regal in a higher tier, like, say, a major city, there might be a surcharge, not final, but around $2 to $3 on a gratis ticket.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's not
not
bad.
too terrible.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So there's-
I'm definitely curious about
Yeah.
what we're in.
Well, but wait, there's more.
What?
There are also 10% cash reductions on concessions for each tier, which are immediate rather than waiting for a voucher or your next visit. There's also buzz that Regal Unlimited subscribers will have to purchase an entire year in advance. Hence the yearly prices that I gave
I'm
before.
fine with a yearly discount. Like if you
Yeah.
buy in a year in advance, you pay less. But I
But
still want monthly options.
I'm not
At
doing
this
that.
point in
Yeah.
time, it's not clear whether premium venues such as IMAX, Dolby 3D will be included, like AMC's monthly subscription.
Yeah.
So
Like for an upcharge.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna wager that it will be because
Yeah.
I think they want to be competitive with AMC.
Yeah.
I think it will be. They just don't have it confirmed.
I mean, they can
I-
be competitive just by being better theaters.
I
like
just
they are.
hope,
That's true.
and again, it's one of the things being ironed out. I'm hoping it is able to stack with the Regal Crown loyalty card.
Yeah.
I think that's
Well,
one
but
of
if
the
it's unlimited tickets, then you don't really need the Regal Crown loyalty card in the same way.
I'm kind of
Depends
I'm
though.
really
If you get a low
curious-
tier and you're only able to see, like, if you're only able to see one movie a day,
I thought it was
Then-
unlimited.
Why is it?
Or maybe the Regal
Alex.
rewards could be like a free upgrade.
yeah, free upgrade to like popcorn, or maybe even you're going to an out of state. Well, you've used up, if you're on a low tier and you are going to like an out of
Free upgrade to an out of state
Yeah.
tier. I'm curious because it does seem like it would run counter to the rewards program unless they have a neat way. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing
Yeah.
how they describe that.
And I've been
Right.
wanting this for a while, ever since
Me
Movie
too.
Pass.
Me
really.
too. Because I'm a loyal Regal fan.
Oh yeah,
I still
for
prefer.
me it's like Regal or bust.
Yeah, their theater experience is just better generally than AMC's. Now, I'm annoyed that they stopped matting their screens also, but it's still, my experiences have been better
Yeah.
at Regal.
Yeah.
Now, I know that the whole tiered thing annoyed you, but you know what's really funny is what it
It's
replicates.
not the tier that really annoys me. It's the yearly. I just got burned, and I don't know
Well,
if I can get do this
okay,
again.
so here's
I don't know.
but it's not some third party.
right, that's my
Yeah.
feeling. If you get burned, it's probably because the theater chain is shutting down, and we got way more things to worry about than just getting burned.
Yeah.
And if Regal
Yeah.
shuts down,
That's what I
especially like soon, because Regal
Yeah.
is a fairly, as far as I can tell, is
They're
a
one of
fairly
the-
profitable theater chain.
Well, and they're internationally owned now. They
Yeah.
Yeah.
a British company owns.
Yeah, the Regal Unlimited system is actually based off of their parent company, Cineworld, which is a UK company. They have a Cineworld Unlimited account, which has been running well over a decade.
It's so weird to think about in other countries. This has been going for a lot longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theirs ranges kind of like how it would be a tier system here from $9 to $18 a month. So it's not necessarily in their interest there to offer the same price like, say, MoviePass does. So it seems like that system works over there. And while Regal, again, we already mentioned, has a Regal Crown Club that is free, a membership where they can get upgrades as well. We don't know how this is going to tie into that. But yeah, it's their parent company already has this system modeled in the UK.
And it's working.
And yeah, Regal already has some sort of membership program as well. If they could merge those two, it could be a very successful program. And I'm looking forward to it because, like, I love Regal in terms of the chains here.
Yeah.
And it's,
Honestly, our top three, like aside from the Art House Theater, but
Yeah,
our top
same.
three theaters are all Regals.
Same.
So
Yeah, it's the same for me. My top two are Regals. It's
Green
if
Hills.
you're local, Green Hills, and outside of that, Indian Lake out in
Indian
Hendersonville
Lake,
yeah.
is a great theater, but I just don't get on that side of town.
Outside of our house, probably Green Hills, and then I'm going
Thoroughbred.
AMC Thoroughbred.
See,
So
Thoroughbred's even though it's an AMC,
It's
a
only good
specialty.
because of that Dolby Cinema.
Yeah, it is. Well,
but if you're going for a
it's-
regular theater experience, it sucks though. It's the last time we were there was dirty. The seats were rattling. Yeah,
Wait, when was the last time you went to Thoroughbred?
it's been a while.
How long?
Was it before it was an AMC?
No, it was an AMC.
Okay.
the
I
last
went
time
with
I
you
went,
to see something, and it wasn't in the Dolby Cinema. It was
No,
before
you
that.
guys went to go see Overlord, didn't you?
That was in the Dolby Cinema.
No, that was
Was
on
it?
IMAX.
Oh.
Was it?
That was
Yeah.
on IMAX.
the last two
Yeah.
times that I have gone to an AMC, which have been in the past 2 months, the seats were sticky. It was gross. They were uncomfortable. They weren't made for bigger hips. Let me tell you that. It was just
that's-
unpleasant.
Yeah, because we went to an AMC. Our second Spider-Man viewing was in an
The
AMC.
lights were weird, so it's like halfway through the trailers, the house lights were still on.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
I hate that so much.
Yeah, me too.
So
Me too. Yeah. So I mean, it's I just don't like the experience. But now a couple things though with this
I'm
Regal
not saying
thing.
all AMCs. I'm saying fat theater.
No,
Now, we're gonna go.
The
We're gonna go to the
Thoroughbred
Dolby
is
Cinema.
a class of its own.
I will go.
Yes.
I will say that.
Yeah, the Thoroughbred is a
nice.
premium.
Like, you can go
I mean,
to the
it's-
bathrooms and be like,
It's our
cleaning.
it's our only AMC dine-in.
It was a premium
So-
theater before AMC took it over.
Yeah.
When it was still a Carmike.
It was a Carmike, a really nice one.
and it's also in a
There was crap on there was dirt on the floor in the lobby. I was like, whoa.
whoa, this feedback.
Why did my volume come up all of a sudden on the
don't know, that's
iPad?
weird.
That was weird.
Buckets.
Right?
Maybe it's wanting us to talk about the upside
Yeah,
down.
but really quick though, the tiered thing reminds me of the like gyms. What is it? The gym everybody goes to that's real cheap.
Planet
Planet
Fitness.
Fitness.
Yeah, they have levels, and the YMCA is that way too. It's levels. Like if you pay, like at the Y, I pay the cheaper rate that's just for my downtown one, but you have to pay a tiered rate to go to other ones.
Yeah.
So that stuff is cool, and the paying the 1 year in advance doesn't bother me either because I want the program to work.
Yeah, and
we all
especially
know
not with Regal.
10
like I don't have
$10 to
much of a-
$15 a month.
Just $250.
Oh, I don't. I don't. It will hurt me to do it. But if I spread that out over the next year, I'm gonna save.
Save, yeah.
Now, the other feeling that I had, and this occurred to me the other day, I was having a conversation with someone that I worked with for a long time at the Nashville Film Festival. We were talking about how at the Nashville Film Festival, if you had a certain level of badge, like a certain laminate, you could go to all the movies you wanted. But they had to stop that, and everybody thought that they stopped it for money because all of a sudden you could only have so many tickets. They didn't stop it for money. They stopped it because people would go in and get tickets for everything and then not go to half of what they had tickets for because of this or because of that. But that seat was locked. So if there is a potential, I've seen it actually happen, where people who have unlimited tickets might buy 2 or 3 tickets for a movie a day and then go to see one thing because it costs them nothing.
Yeah.
So that is an issue, and it's even more of an issue with a
I
thing
thought-
like Regal because of the assigned seats.
I thought AMC, I don't know if this is true, so correct me if I'm wrong. I thought AMC had some way of, like when you scan your ticket, it checks you in.
Right. But you could buy, like if you buy your ticket through your mobile app or something and you
It
just
still
don't show.
scans it.
Yeah,
to
but
say
what-
that
but-
you're here.
Yeah. But when do they relinquish that ticket for someone else to buy it though? If you've bought it, they don't relinquish it.
Internet research.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Someone do it.
Quick
So,
to the Google.
so there are reasons that make sense to me for the limitations that we might be seeing happen.
Yeah.
And I don't really mind the limitations. Even if it's like 3 movies a month or something like that.
No,
That's not
three-
enough.
3 weeks.
All right,
3
fine.
weeks.
That's not enough. I want
AMC,
3
this
weeks.
is 3 week.
3 week. All right.
3 week to
There
keep
we
up
go.
with
Let's go 3
competition
weeks.
at
3
least.
weeks is fine. I like that. One
Yeah.
a day.
One a day
fine.
is ultimately
One
what
a
I love.
day and not having a upcharge on booking through the app. Because that's the one thing that annoys me on Regal.
Here's
Well,
what-
but wait, you have an upcharge? What do you book through?
It's like if you book through the Regal app or through Fandango.
the Regal app is charging an upcharge?
I think it does.
Yes.
That's
yeah, they
Oh.
do. AMC, they waive the thing. 'Cause
If you're a Stubbs member, they waive it. Okay.
Yeah. See, if they did that, if I'm a member of this program and waived that,
That would
that's
help.
an additional incentive.
It is.
Yeah.
Here's why I like the 3 a week thing, because if I wanted to have one day where I want to see 3 movies in one day, I can do it.
And that happens to
Yeah.
me a lot.
You know
I
what?
do that a
That's
lot.
fine. I
Now,
know.
if
all
it's
the time.
one a day, it's like, oh, damn, I'm going to have to come back some other. Oh,
That's
I'm
true.
busy.
You know what? That's fair. I think that's perfectly fair.
Yeah.
I just want
'Cause let me tell
I'm
you,
fine with a limitation. I'm fine with it.
I've been on the program when it was once every literal 24 hours, and that wasn't fun.
Well,
Oh,
and
that's
you know what Cinemia used to do, and they
Oh,
could,
you saw
and
something at 7 p.m.? Well, you gotta wait till 7:01.
that sucked.
Oh.
And what they could do with Cinemia, when you would book a ticket, if you didn't show or you didn't check in by a certain amount of minutes
Ding
before the
your
movie,
account.
well, it wouldn't ding your account. It would relinquish the ticket. Like I didn't get my account dinged; it would just relinquish the ticket because it was.
Did.
No,
I think
and they could do the
that
same
is
thing.
a good idea. I think
And,
if,
and they could just tell you
if
if you
it's
don't
like-
check in within 15 minutes of start time, then the ticket is up for grabs.
I would even be more lenient to go 15 minutes after start time because that's still trailer time.
Yeah, I guess. I hate you if you like make me be there late for a trailer. So I
Yeah.
love the trailer. All right, let's talk about TV. We got
Yes.
a little bit of
We got
something.
one thing in TV.
One thing in TV. We all watch Stranger Things.
Spoilers
Yes.
for
Season
Stranger
3.
Things season 3.
100%
from here on out.
spoilers.
Super
Yeah.
spoiler.
So you guys watched the whole thing in one day.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
How many episodes? Is it
8.
8. We watched 4 break for a couple hours, and then 4
I
more.
took a nap.
Yeah, we,
I am not
we pretty
ashamed.
much started
That's
at
fine.
like 8 or 9 in the morning on the 4th of July.
I was upset because I thought Parks and Rec had taught Nico, but apparently it didn't. He did not have Eggos.
Yeah, I should
We
have had
didn't get
Eggos ready.
Eggos.
I was,
No.
it was so
I'm like,
annoying.
what is this?
What's
But-
up, Rosalie?
But yeah, we
Oh wait, let me see if I can get them lights in there. Rosalie is in the chat room and she hates it when she sees the lights in the ceiling. I can't quite get him.
hold
Yeah,
on.
can't quite get him.
Hey,
No.
hey, Rosalie, there you go. You like these lights?
Yeah, what about those lights?
This is
All
doing
right.
nothing for our
Yeah,
audio
right. Yeah,
listeners
right.
now.
Oh,
back
that's
to back to talk. Back to talk. Yeah.
So, but yeah, we killed it all in one day.
Yeah.
It was a fun viewing
It was
experience. It was
intense.
really intense. I felt like there were moments where I had to take a break just because, like, man, there was a lot of stuff that happened in that one. I need to walk away before the next episode starts.
Yeah, almost like you're eating a steak. You just don't inhale it.
Yeah.
I think it was easily the darkest, scariest
It
one
was
of all 3 seasons.
There were several moments in the season I'm like, this is not Spielberg 1980 PG rating anymore. This is full on. We are in R-rated.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
I don't think it ever.
The guy got into a fan blade and got turned into jelly.
Well, okay,
The assassin literally was like
fair enough.
Yeah.
disemboweled level of violence. I'm like, holy crap, guys!
But it was almost cartoony enough that I
It
Yeah.
kind of was.
It was offset by the comedy that the younger characters were having.
But no, it was a level of darkness that
Yeah.
was upped from previous seasons.
And that I am not complaining.
I didn't complain.
And
at
again,
all.
it stayed true to the times that it set in. It wasn't like, the threat is, this or that modern day people can relate to. It's the Russians. It's the middle of the Cold War.
Oh, it was so good.
Like-
I love how stereotypical 80s the Russians were. in
Especially
this
the assassin. He
Oh,
was
oh, the
channeling
the
Arnold
assasson was Terminator,
Schwarzenegger.
and
was
he
the term.
and he
Every single-
creepily looked like him. In
I know,
some
every
shots.
single
scene.
time there was like a face wound, like blood on his face. Like I've seen that shot in Terminator.
Yep.
I was like every single turn to the camera. It's like they blocked this out perfectly.
Haircut and
The
everything.
Yes.
cut, the boots, the
The
heavy
only thing
walking.
that could have been like even more on the nose is if they had given him a leather jacket.
Yeah, or like when he was like cut or you saw blood, there was actual metal underneath it.
I wish they had given him the leather.
I wish he had the leather jacket.
That
too.
would've been
Just-
great.
Or
real
the
talk.
sunglasses.
When,
Yeah.
when Hopper gets the gun on him, I'm like, go for the head, go for the head, go for the head. Come on, you know you're supposed to go for the head. And he gets up, and I'm just like, damn.
Oh, but it was so great for the payoff afterwards when Hopper's outside the amusement park ride and he sees him coming out. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me! And we know it's like because at that point we saw he had a bulletproof vest on. But the Hopper is like, oh man, this guy's unstoppable. He has no frame of reference to know
Yeah.
why this guy's still alive.
That's
So-
why you go for the head.
So
I
let's
agree.
talk through the story a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this one picks up. Where does it pick up compared to season
It's
2?
like 2 years,
It's like
a
two-
year
Yeah.
or two later.
Yeah.
Well, it's a whole.
And
It
It is the next year.
is
it's
a,
the
it is
next
a-
summer.
It's essentially a summer later, isn't it?
No,
Like, isn't it like
the season so took place in the October of '84, and this takes place in the summer of '85.
yeah, and it's July 4th,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
July 4th, because we know the one character has been gone for a month.
He
And
was at
Dustin.
summer camp.
yeah,
Yep.
I'm
Which-
100% on that too because it was the Bush Reagan '84.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
that's
You're right.
yeah.
You're right.
So for me, the one thing that I appreciated this season that I think they righted a wrong was 11. In season 2, I think her character got so trounced on. I hated what they did with her. We wasted so much time with this sister that
God
had no impact to the story.
that episode. That
Honestly,
She comes back at the end of season 2 with her hair all slicked back.
Yeah,
and a
you
completely
can
different person.
cut that episode out and it would not change a single thing.
Yeah,
But I didn't like 11 at the end of the season either because it wasn't like she should grow and change, but it should be more organic. They turn her into like the Annie Lennox or something from the Eurythmics, whereas this season felt like
She was learning.
her learning and growing.
She was
As-
becoming a person.
Yeah.
in this
She's
season.
becoming a
She was,
teenager.
she was learning how to handle boyfriends and how to be a teenage girl. And
My
all that
favorite
stuff.
line is probably her going up to Mike being like, I dump your ass.
Oh, that was so
Yeah.
good. Yeah, she was a
really
person.
good.
She wasn't a plot device.
Yeah.
And in that same vein, I also liked Will in this one too, because same thing, he's a person, not a plot
I'm
device.
really
Nico
glad
related.
somebody said they liked Will.
Nico related to Will
Oh.
really hardcore.
Will was me.
Yeah.
Will was
Can
me.
we stop doing this and just play D&D?
That was every time Will was like, I just want to play D&D. I don't want to deal with this girl nonsense. I just want to play D&D.
I saw people on Facebook because everybody that I know, legit, I couldn't look at Facebook and not be seeing Stranger Things updates because everybody's updating. And I saw so many people put that they just want us to really hate Will, and I'm like, Will
I never saw
Will
that.
is
Yeah.
going through growing
They wanted
pains.
us to hate Mike because Mike's a little
Mike was
douche.
the asshole of this season. Hopper, by the way, like the season starts with Mike and 11 being total straight up teenage boyfriend girlfriend trying to like
Make out every
kiss
second,
in
yeah.
the bedroom in
Super-
11's bedroom outside
Yeah,
of the
and Will
cabin.
honestly is having a lot of toxic traits, being like
Yeah.
super over controlling. His whole spiel about I didn't want to share hers, like
Yeah, that's not good.
You mean
she
Mike.
needs,
Mike,
Mike.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Like she needs.
Don't freak
friends,
me out. I'm
Mike.
bad with the character names.
No,
already.
I can
It's
see.
like
but
that's
Hop-
no excuse.
But like what
Hopper was in the right.
Yeah, the early thing is like Hopper getting annoyed, and he goes to Joyce for advice on, hey, you've actually been a parent longer than I have, unfortunately. And he's like, how do I handle this? And she gives
He's
him
like,
some tips.
yeah,
But
because
he
he's like,
was-
I'm a cop. I can hide the body. I can
could.
just straight up murder
And-
this kid.
And to be fair, overall the plot, Mike didn't add that much. So if he did die, I think everything would have turned
would've
out
been
okay.
okay.
So
Yeah.
the one thing about this show is like an extended Stand By Me. Everything is about coming of age.
Yes.
And it's,
Yeah.
it just breaks everything into smaller minutia because we've got seasons and seasons of stuff happening. And that's exactly what's happening still with this one. We're hit this age where boyfriend and girlfriends are coming into the space, and Will is having basically like separation anxiety
Well,
because
Will-
he's seeing his whole friend group fall apart.
Well, it's not
over
only,
girls.
It's not only just
know?
that too, but like as you said, this whole thing has been coming of age. Will didn't come of age in the last 2 seasons.
No.
he
Yeah.
was removed. So
I was
all
happy
this-
he got stuff to do
yeah,
this season.
all
in
of
a
the
way.
growth
The
that all
fact
the
that
characters
he wasn't, like you said, a plot device.
Yeah.
Like if they started the season, he was a plot device, I would have turned off.
Yeah.
And in some respects, he was in
That whole
he's an
tingle-
early warning
Oh, no,
system.
yeah.
they're coming.
He has
Yeah,
spider
that's
sense.
like-
He's an early warning system,
But
but he still
that
gets
is
to be a
easily
character.
explained, and I accept that whole
No,
reasoning.
that's
Like
fine.
he was a host.
He's
He
a
knows
character
this.
with
That's
a
fine.
he's a
Yeah.
character with a superpower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was established over 2 seasons previous,
Yeah.
so I was okay with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, because all these previous 2 seasons, these other characters have gotten to grow and develop. He comes in essentially at the same point that he was in episode 1 of season 1. It's like, hey guys, let's get back to playing D&D. It's what we always did. I'm dressing up as Will the Y as my wizard character. I'm going out to Castle Byers and all that stuff. And now he has to deal with the fact that he has
So-
this stunted growth that the other characters don't
Yeah,
have.
and honestly, I attribute that to
So
his
wait, what
time
is
in
this
the Upside
comment
Down.
here?
It says, I could see one of the main characters dying next season, according to one of our
YouTube followers right
followers. I think it's possible.
now. I could see a main character going next
Yeah.
season.
Are we talking about, when we say main, are we talking about one of the kids? Because I honestly don't see any of the kids
I
die.
do.
I think we've added some new characters, so it leaves room for somebody to go.
I think if it,
I almost don't want another season.
I think if
it's
it-
like at the end of season 1 again, I'm just like, I don't want another season.
I think
Right.
if a kid dies, honestly, I think it's either going to be Elle or Will. One of the two.
God, don't do this to me.
One of the two supernatural inclined ones, because they've shown to have supernatural abilities, using that to possibly
Well,
sacrifice
and we've been in
one.
a spot where Elle's basically about dead anyway.
Yeah.
Like and now, I mean, not to skip ahead too much, but we're at a spot now for the following season. I mean, since this comment is here, where she has no power.
Yeah.
Why does
Yeah.
she have no power? Could that mean that she's devolving in other ways too, like losing her power? Maybe there's other things
I mean, there
that
was
could
that
happen.
thing in her leg and all.
Right.
I get the feeling it was kind of a just overly worked out and strained.
Well, and that's
But-
what she thinks too.
but we'll
I mean,
see.
we even see that with the soda can where she's trying to crush it.
Yeah.
And she can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
By the way, that was one of my favorite the lines of dialogue throughout the whole show was when they're in the grocery store and Lucas is drinking new Coke, and all the other characters like, how can you drink that? Oh, it's like the thing.
Yeah, it's nasty too. I remember from being a little kid thinking,
And then
man.
all the characters like, no, it's not like the thing. The thing is good. New Coke is not.
So
I'm so happy, by the way, he got a lot more to do too.
They all got a lot. The only thing I was kind of worried about was, oh crap, what's the character? Dustin being away from the kids mostly because he was with Steve, but that duo was so
Steve
good.
and Dustin together, they learned that last
not
season.
only
It was
not
one of
only
the highlights of
Steve,
last season.
not only Steve and Dustin, but now you have Erica, and I think Dustin and Erica played very well off of each other.
I liked
Erica was really
You
spunky
can't
and fun.
you can't
cute.
spell America without Erica,
That
and
was a
all of
great
us were
line.
just like, oh my
That was a
god.
good line. I love Dustin's like, that's crap. That's right.
Because he was really ready to correct her.
Well, he
That
was-
is like
he
that's our
totally-
like little Zach.
And he did such a good
He was
job.
ready to get her.
He did a good job acting that out because he looked like the math working in his head. It's like, wait, that is actually correct.
So we're talking about this whole coming of age thing that it's interesting with Steve. He's had his people that he went to school with have all kind of left him to go to college or whatever, and for a lot of reasons he's not. He's working at an ice cream shop, and that brings in a new character. And I'm always nervous when a show with an ensemble cast brings in someone new. You know, it's
Especially with a large cast.
yeah,
Yeah.
but this new character,
Especially when you think you know where it's going to right out the gate.
So he's working at an ice cream shop in this mall, and I think her name is her name
Robin.
Robin. Robin is like one of my favorite characters of the season.
Yes.
Yeah.
I loved her so much.
Absolutely.
That girl is a great actor to start with.
Yeah.
And her character
I mean,
was
it
amazing.
runs in the family.
Yeah, it's true.
Ethan Hawke
Ethan-
and
yeah.
Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman's kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Think
Yeah.
about it. Once you think about it and look
You
at
can
her
see it.
picture, it looks exactly like a combination of
Yeah.
the two.
Yes.
So that does bring it does bring it to bear one of my nitpicks about the series, though. That character, I loved her. This sort of chemistry, the interaction between her and Steve, and they spent the entire season building this thing up where like they were hating on each other like little kids that really like each other. That whole thing is playing out. Then all of a sudden, okay, well, here's a twist for you. I'm a lesbian. I didn't feel like that was earned in a way that made sense to me. Because they
feel
led
the
you.
opposite way.
I felt like that
Because-
was kind of.
Because think about it, Dustin kept saying, "Oh, you should go for Robin," and like
Yeah, but
you know Steve's
you
love.
should like it because it subverted your expectations.
Well, actually, there's an argument for when that doesn't work and when it does work. I think it
Yeah,
works.
it's called The Last Jedi. That's when it doesn't work.
I think it worked well here though because I
Yeah.
hate it when they try to telegraph something. So, a lot of times I hate it when it's like we're gonna make this super obvious. And I like that they were just doing that to kind of mess with
Well,
us.
okay.
And
So
I like,
if my choices are to have it the way it is or have it stomped into my face, I prefer it the way it is. But there was palpable like chemistry happening there between them, and it was a lot of what's done in John Hughes movies where I think you're cute but I'm going to pretend to hate you, and all this stuff is happening throughout most of the season. And that's I'm fine with the character.
be
I have no
fair-
issues with her being a lesbian, to be clear. I just didn't feel like story wise it built in a way
Here
that
comes the
worked
hate
for
mail.
me.
To
Yeah,
be
bring
fair
it.
though, it's never like wordly expressed that she's a lesbian. She could very well be bi. It could be a thing that she develops later. We don't know yet.
But-
We don't.
But
It's just a
I love
Is it just
love
face?
Steve's
Hate mail,
reaction.
Zach Martin at
Yes.
almost did it right.
Master of the Matrix 91
91
at
at-
Instagram.
Yeah.
Now, I will say I
Whatever.
loved Steve's reaction because you see in his face he's registering and he's like, "Her? Really? You can do better."
Yeah,
Like, are
I
you
love
serious?
I love his
No,
immediate
the
acceptance.
And it's that reaction is great, and the sequence
Because
that
they're
happens
still
right after
coming
that,
down from the
Yeah.
drugging, and
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
where they just kind of go into friend mode. I think that part of the scene was played beautifully. I think the whole scene was really played well. I just, for me,
Yeah.
didn't like the build up to it.
I think that's probably why I like it so much is because how the payoff worked, how it
Yeah.
actually ended. Because Steve's entire just development into like, oh, I accept this and I'm going to be your wingman now. As she has essentially was his wingman earlier, keeping track of his scoreboard in the shop.
Right.
I think what it's been doing is Steve was introduced in the show as a boyfriend character, as this tertiary character, not even a secondary character.
He was a trope.
He was
He was.
Nancy's
He was a
boyfriend.
full-on
He was this
trope. Yeah.
jockey boyfriend.
And
that-
now he's an actual human being.
Yeah,
and I
'cause-
love that.
because
Because
he-
they've done that with almost every single character. That
Well,
they-
and
Because
she
his
calls him
character-
out on that too.
Yeah.
and his character was not originally designed to be a real character.
Oh, no, they planned
liked
on
his-
Xing
Yeah,
him.
they liked his actor so
Yeah.
much they gave him more to do. And
Well,
then in
and he
season-
became kind of a fan favorite too.
yeah, he
Yeah.
became
Really
a fan
liked him.
favorite, and
Yeah.
then season 2 he became basically this
the mom.
mom character. He was the
Well-
boy, he was this babysitter to the kids.
I was gonna say what saved him and what he owes a lot to the other kid, the other character.
Dustin.
Because when they put the two of them together, it was like magic.
Oh,
And that's
it
when
was
people were like,
beautiful.
"Oh, we want more of that."
It's
Because
beautiful.
that's hilarious
Just that one
and that's
scene
fun.
with them walking on the railroad tracks in season 2 sealed it.
But I think it's a good idea to essentially give Steve the same thing, that kind of similar relationship, on his own age level too, because
Yes.
you're gonna
Yeah.
have to have Dustin with the kids at some point. So you need Steve with someone his own age at some point.
I mean, and they kind of set that up with Robin's comment of, how many children are you friends with?
And
Right.
the thing I really liked about that one is when you see Steve interacting with the kids at the beginning, when they use him to sneak into
like
the
a
theater.
hassle
Yeah,
almost.
he's annoyed. But when Dustin comes back, he is excited. He
Well,
is
yeah, because
happy.
the kids are using him for their own game, whereas Dustin's genuinely happy to see
Yeah.
him. Now, I will say, Steve, for me, is best character, but on the flip side, Nancy and Jonathan, again, I could not give two craps.
That goes into my other problem, and I said this to Zach earlier, is I said, if you take everything that they did throughout the season out of the show, would it
It's
change
still
the
same.
show?
It's still
would
the
it change
same.
the show? They had
That was-
nothing to do,
that was
and they're
the-
not interesting.
Yeah.
The characters are not interesting. They
For-
should,
for the most
they should
part-
go off to college and
The
just
only
kind
time
of,
I actually-
or kill them off. Kill
It's
them. That'd
completely
be great.
funny because I wrote down like the plot stories of the season. I completely forgot theirs.
The only time,
really forgot. I'm like,
the only
oh,
time
yeah,
I
they are.
enjoyed them on screen was when Jonathan's like, "You are sheltered and you don't care
That was
about
great, yeah.
anybody but yourself," and it's true.
Now,
Yeah.
I mean, I do think their story was better this season than last season.
I will agree.
But
Yeah.
you're right in terms of impact, because last season at least they dealt with the
Until at
the-
least they converge in
they can-
episode 9.
yeah,
Yeah.
last season had more of an actual impact.
Nancy
overall,
hasn't been
but this
interesting though
season-
since season 1.
No,
Yeah, no, not at all.
debatably then too.
Only because her friend gets killed in season 1 is
Yeah.
Yeah.
interesting.
Justice for Barb.
But no,
Yeah.
like this season, their story ultimately does not have an impact because like the whole their newspaper, they get fired from the newspaper and their bosses. The kids would have found out about like we would have had to deal with that anyway because they're the ones dealing with the mind flayer and Billy and then Hopper,
Which
and
I
Nancy.
think was wonderfully done.
What's
Billy
that?
Billy's bad guy turn was pretty.
His acting the whole season was
So
good.
that was one of the scenes
That's the
that
new
I
Reverend
liked
Trevor.
at the most in this season.
Which one?
Was the scene of
His
him,
sacrifice.
No, the scene when he's coming out like at work and all those 40-year-old ladies are putting on their makeup and they're like, the show's about
You
to
just
begin.
hear the dripping.
Right, it was. That
And
cracked me up.
honestly, that like Billy's Nico got annoyed because we're on episode 4 and it ends, and I'm like, it's yet another ending on a Billy scene.
So much of the
The
first half
4 episodes
end
end
on
the
Billy's
Billy scene.
face.
And that's how
Yeah.
I knew this season was gonna be like amazing, because at the end of episode 1, like it took like 1 or 2, 3 episodes to actually get into like the meat of, oh, somebody's in trouble. But episode 1, straight out the gate at the end, Billy being dragged into the warehouse by the mind flayer.
That was good.
I was like, oh, they killed him. And then episode 2 starts like, oh.
Oh, he's not
Oh,
dead.
he's
Yeah,
the bad guy.
yeah. Right.
And it's
That was a
so
fun little
beautiful.
side story for it.
And-
Is it Nancy's mom?
Yeah, Karen.
Yeah,
Karen.
Nancy and Mike's
Where
mom.
I was
Yeah.
gonna be like, I'm not really invested in that character, but the family unit that like Leave It to Beaver family unit they've set up for them, I was gonna be a little disappointed in her, but also intrigued if she actually got with
exactly.
it.
I was
so
like,
I was like,
so did she do
this
it?
is a type
No.
of story that I don't normally care about.
Yeah.
But I was intrigued to see where it
Yeah.
was.
I
Is
did-
she
no,
gonna
I was
get-
too. I was
is
like,
she
is
gonna
this
get
gonna-
that? Is that what's happening?
Props to the actor who played Billy, but also props to the actor who played his little sister, Max.
Yeah.
Because that was a
So
wonderful
Max was
dynamic.
my favorite new character of season 2. I liked her a lot in season 2, even though that season is weak. So it's really interesting, and that's one thing that occurred to me in season 3 in particular is the way that they made the female characters, like the most badass characters of the season, but didn't shove it in your face and say, "Hey, look, we're focusing on female characters because we need to bring more diversity to our show." What we're doing is just making these badass characters, and you're gonna love them.
And it's true to teenage girls. I mean, if one girl in a decently close group of friends gets screwed over by the boyfriend in that group of friends, the other female will instantly go and like. They'll spend nights talking crap about that guy.
Yeah,
I also really like.
It's beautiful.
It became questionable though. Like, it didn't make the story, like, if you invest in the romance part of it, which I normally don't, but it's so well done in this I was watching. It's not like a good guy, bad guy, black and white situation because she had Elle snooping on them.
Yeah,
that was a total violation of trust.
It's a violation.
That's one of the things. Like, yes, Max was right in saying she's not your property. You have no right to keep her to yourself. But you have Mike over here being like you had her spying on us. You think you have
out of those? Out of
her.
those two, there was no clear-cut winner. I like the thing. One of the things I liked about Max is. Last season, we saw the very troubled relationship that her and Billy have.
Yeah.
Because Billy's her stepbrother, this older guy. He's very abusive and assaultive and all that stuff.
The problem is all that kind of got washed away in this season.
I think I wish it got emphasized a little bit more, but I do think the actress, does a really good job conveying...
Of that conflict of, this is somebody she loves.
I agree. Her family. I wish they did address the whole... He was a douchebag before getting the mind flare inside him.
Yeah.
But I think her acting on the confliction inside her was really good.
Yeah, she's a good actress. Yeah. She's like I said, and I don't know, it just worked out that way. I mean, they did a good job with it. I think throughout this season, the female actresses got some of the best moments of the entire season. They just
really liked...
They were all like real strong actresses.
Also, another storyline we haven't hit too much on as well, the Hopper and Joyce storyline.
Yeah.
I felt Joyce grew a lot.
Joyce was amazing.
They gave her stuff to do.
They gave her stuff to do that's not worrying over Will. She has a little bit of that because...
Season 2 was her worrying over Will. And season 1 she had more to do.
Yeah, because she was freaking out and had to try to find him.
Yeah.
But season 3, it's like, I've been through this crap already. I can help you out.
Did anybody start to wonder at some point, though, is she going to ever worry about her kids? Because she was on her own little adventure with Hopper, and I'm like...
Well, she did.
But eventually, when it came to the night of the 4th, she finally started, we need to go to the fair and find the kids.
No, I think here's what it is she thought once she had it in her mind that, it's just more of the same. It's the government. It's something we've dealt with before. My kids have proven that they can handle this.
But once a big assumption.
Once you threw those Russians in.
No parent, as somebody who grew up in the 80s, no parent does that. Not
I'm just saying, but once you threw that unknown of the Russians in, that's when she's like, shit.
I don't think it's that one. I think it's...
she realizes... Because, again, they thought this was something... not related to the kids, not where their kids are going to be. So once they realize, the kids are in the middle of this, that's when she goes in the parallel.
And she does, because at first she's interacted with her kids. She's seen Will, she's seen Jonathan. Everybody seems to be fine. And the kids are, doing their fun summer things. They've been fine. She hasn't noticed anything weird. All the stuff that she's noticed weird has nothing to do with the children.
Yeah.
And
magnets coming off a fridge.
So she's been investigating that the whole time. And as Zach said, when she realizes this is going back into town, the kids are being involved, we have to go back. And she does get paranoid and wants to go back there, but a reasonable paranoid, not like it.
And I will say, with Joyce and Hopper come the return of a season 2 character, Murray, and one of my favorite new characters, Alexei.
Yeah.
Oh, he is so precious.
Alexei is this
Russian sad.
Alexei is this Russian scientist that Hopper and Joyce
all because of a corn dog.
This Russian scientist that does not speak English at all, that Hopper and Joyce find to try to figure out what the Russians are doing in Hawkins. And they kind of kidnap him, but they find out he doesn't really want to do what the Russians are doing. He wants to enjoy America.
Yeah, I mean, watching
Woody Woodpecker and Looney Tunes. And
he loves slushies and Burger King.
He was an innocent character. He was the most innocent character on the show. More than the kids.
More than the kids, because we've seen all this stuff the kids
More than Barb.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was at the wrong place at the wrong time. He was
I don't
arrested
know, she was
working
also-
for
She was also slut shaming her best
I
friend.
knew that.
Yeah, okay,
that
there you go.
Yep.
correctly slut shaming her best friend too.
If her best friend got pregnant, it's no effect on her. So I'm just saying.
But still, no. Alexei was fun and adorable, and he does die. He gets killed by Terminator, and it is super depressing, and it does kind of show some of the stakes that the characters, particularly the adult characters, are up against. Now we also see some of the kid characters, or at least some of the upper teenagers, the Steve and Robin. Particularly Steve, get beat up all to hell as the Russians interrogate the dude and drugged. So, like, the Russians aren't playing around in the 80s.
That leads to one of my gripes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How clean that underground system was. It was
Or how-
spotless.
Or how quickly it was, like, built and
Not
everything.
even that. I mean,
Well,
because you can
I thought
assume
it was
it's several
fresh.
years.
I thought it was just because it was kind of fresh.
I thought it was because it was new.
Yeah.
Man,
Because
They
it got built with
started
the
with
mall.
how long those
construction.
tunnels are?
They
Yeah.
started construct. That's one of the
How
plot
many
holes for
mopping
me.
guys did you have?
Welcome to the 80s.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying it was so spotless. I was like, you can't even get a little dirt in there,
Well,
guys. Come on.
that's some CG happening.
Hey, if the Soviet
no.
Union's known for anything, it's efficiency.
That's true.
And one thing I want to go into
Chernobyl
is
taught me anything.
the sets, the scenery, that mall.
That mall was great.
That mall.
Which is sadly demolished now.
Yeah.
It was actually filmed in a mall in
Yes.
Georgia, but that has since.
Full on like neon lights, 80s.
So
we,
what?
we had a friend of ours.
Fantastic.
We had a friend of ours get into the mall.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
a
he
week
broke
ago.
in
He
and
bro-
started taking
broke in.
pictures.
According to him, there were no trespassing
Yeah.
signs or anything. He found a door. They got in and took a lot of photos. And then security.
It was
found
exactly like you see.
It was the mall.
Like, I
I'm
mean,
so
the
jealous.
car was
even the
flipped
car
over,
flip damage,
the
all that
destruction
stuff.
was still there.
It was yeah.
Yes. It was gorgeous.
And I'll show you the photos afterwards.
I'm so
Yes,
jealous
Oh.
of this.
Now, the one thing I can say, like, that above and beyond, I was just floored with cinematography this season was
Well, everything was amped up.
so good.
They put more money and time into everything.
I mean, they used the Red Monstro 8K,
Okay.
and I'm sitting 10 plus feet from my TV on a 1080p stream and going, I can see every single pore on her face.
So speaking of
Holy crap.
of her, there is a shot inside that mall that if you like these kids at the age they are in the time they are probably, I don't know, 3-4 years older than me. So a lot of what they do I remember and the way they execute it. But there's a shot in there with Max and Elle when they're like shopping in the mall. And they're running and their hair is bouncing up and down and the JCPenney sign is huge in the background. I'm like, this looks like a commercial from the 80s. It
Yes.
looks just like a
Yeah.
TV
Yes.
commercial for JCPenney from the 80s
Yeah.
with the hair flowing and bouncing and then the way it's framed and everything. And then in the grocery store, I just like, you know, your eyes just lock in on stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
The Mr. T cereal.
Man, it was.
Yes.
Like, I remember Mr. T cereal.
There-
I
It was
remember.
verbatim the 80s.
Their product placement, and not like marketing product placement, but the attention to detail
Yes.
on all
Yes.
the props and everything in the stores, and it was so on point. It's always been, but this time they were in they were in places of business. They were in these places that sell a lot of branded materials.
You know what they
Yeah.
didn't do this year? One thing that they kind of have done in the first 2 seasons was, at least in episode 1, they would do that wink wink nudge nudge. Look, it's the 80s.
Yeah.
In season 1, it was the D&D game that they set up to look basically like ET. Like the kids playing the D&D in that
Yeah.
or whatever. In season 2, they were playing Dragon's Lair.
Dragon Slayer, and you also had like some of the
like Ghostbusters, Halloween,
signs.
and stuff.
Yeah, but I didn't.
The push rating.
At the onset of this season, I felt like they had too much business to do. They didn't really get in and do that one shot of like, hey, look what we're doing.
Really, I felt like
it's scattered throughout because it's of the era. But
Yeah.
there wasn't that one scene that's like, hey, look at this.
Well,
It's
I mean,
pretty cool.
the first thing the kids
remember
do.
this?
The first thing the
I
kids
don't
do
know.
are break into a theater and watch Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, they broke into a theater to watch Day of the Dead.
That's
They
right.
broke
It was
into
Day of the
theater-
Dead.
They
Thank
saw
you.
both.
Back,
Yeah. No,
Back to the
it-
Future
they
was
didn't
later.
break into the theater.
Back to
They
the
were-
Future was.
They-
Was
They
Steve
had a
and
plan.
Robin drugged up?
Yeah.
Because Robin makes the whole.
Thank you. By the way.
Was
Yeah.
it just me, or was the mom trying to get in bed with her son? I'm like, that's-
And they kept referring to Michael J. Fox as Alex P. Keaton. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Which is hilarious. Yep. Yeah, that's Family Ties. Mm-hmm.
I honestly I think this was my favorite season of Stranger Things.
I don't know if it overshadows one.
I'm gonna need
it
more
is,
time,
It is
but I'm
better
almost
than
there
2.
with you.
It is
better
better.
it's
than
heads
2.
and tails
Yeah.
of them.
I felt like
Two in a lot of ways for me was almost destructive to the season, to the show. I just
almost
didn't
killed
like
it.
so much.
It had a lot of issues.
Well, I think this one was
Yeah.
also a tighter season.
Yeah.
8 episodes. They got what they needed done.
Yeah.
There was not a lot of dead time.
They
in
didn't
the
have
season.
that extra episode like in season 2. It was just 9 episodes where we could have some story about some character we don't care about.
Yeah.
Nancy, what?
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. No, it was
No.
Elle's
12?
sister.
9 or 12
Yeah.
or 17
7.
or whatever.
It was
the
seven
hell.
because
Android
it's
17. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who cares about that? God, man, that
So-
episode ruined that season.
I want to
so
say
much.
it didn't ruin it. Other things ruined it for me.
Everyone-
It threw me off.
everyone
That
point-
first opening scene in season 2
Name the
threw
worst
me off
episode.
to where I
Name the
didn't
worst
wanna watch
episode of Stranger Things.
Well, that episode's worse.
That episode
It's worse
immediately.
episode.
There's a lot of factors into it, but that one's the biggest like chunk because it's a whole episode.
So,
it's
can
easy.
I ask, did anybody else have a... And I think it's straight up an acting thing with Hopper in the first few episodes
He
when
felt
he's...
very.
In the first few episodes, he felt a little unsettled in his acting because I started to wonder: is he infested by an alien or something? A couple times because his acting when he's trying to figure out how he's going to
It
deal
felt
with
like he
Elle,
was more comic relief than grounded character.
and it's only in the first few
It was
episodes.
more 2D for me in those first couple
Yeah,
episodes.
I think it was. I think it's as Zach said. He's comic relief. He is that exaggerated,
But there's
cartoonish,
a-
worried dad character.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a stiffness in his delivery in the first 2-3 episodes that's not the way that actor acts, and it goes away right after that, and he falls back into
Maybe
who
he's
Hopper
just
is.
getting off of how bad Hellboy did.
I was
Yeah,
actually
maybe-
thinking
maybe
that.
that's it.
Yeah.
I was genuinely
Maybe
thinking
that's
it's
it.
like, he was doing this around the same time, man,
Okay, so and some other thoughts that I had during it is the girl that plays Elle is amazing actress.
Millie Bobby Brown.
She did great.
Yeah, but I also have had this feeling about her where like Dave Bautista, it seems like he's fun to watch, but he can't do anything but Drax in every movie he's in now. Like if you watch the trailer for Stuber,
Yeah.
the only mildly amusing part in the whole trailer is he's delivering a line exactly like
I think
Drax.
we talked about this last week because
was-
I
he was
remember this
something
conversation.
different.
Yeah, well, but I'm leading to the point with her too. Is I start to feel like she is a great actress, but I feel like she's just going to be this character every time I see her. And I
more like typecasting, not necessarily.
well, but I feel like in her speech and delivery, her form of acting is going to be that way too. But I was feeling that until the end, like in the big battle sequence where Billy is about to kill her, and she puts her hand on his face and like jumps into his memories with her.
God, that scene is so
that was good.
That almost pulled a tear out of me. She did such a good
Here's
job.
the difference, I think, between her and for your...
Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
She's still young. That could
Yeah.
easily just be an experience or something like that.
Fred
She
Savage
can-
was great when he was young too.
Yeah, but she can easily... I see potential in her to where she can easily overcome that.
And she could be another Dakota Fanning or
Yeah.
somebody like that
Yeah.
that comes up and does like better.
And also to Dave Bautista's credit, Blade Runner 2049 was really good.
He was
I
better
still-
in that one.
I still
yeah.
really liked him in Hotel Artemis.
Hotel
I liked him in that one too,
So-
but he
but-
was still kind of Grutish in some
but it
times.
is it does get the question.
or not
like,
Groot,
for-
Draxus.
is the question is like is he
What about
getting
Spectre?
more time?
What about what?
Typecast?
What about Inspector?
What is
I
that?
don't.
Inspector.
I haven't seen that one.
I don't, oh,
In-
I'm
James
The movie
Oh,
Spectre.
in
that
the
out.
movie Spectre.
blocking that out.
There you go.
I don't remember
Yeah.
him
Where
in
he was,
Spectre.
he was an assassin and he had one word right before he died, which was
I completely blocked that out too.
So did you guys have any? I know that Zach and I have kind of been voicing along the way, but I've been trying to really voice mine because haven't heard like any negative feelings from you guys as far as anything that like bothered you in season 3.
I think that the main thing is the Nancy and Jonathan stories
Nancy and Jonathan,
Yeah.
are
Agreed.
pointless. It's not just that like last season it was boring.
yeah.
But there
this
was a
is
point.
literally pointless.
This one had no, it was
Yeah.
less boring,
Yeah.
but it just had no point. Like they get no. It's not even like it had they released the story.
Right.
Like it was built up.
Yeah.
Nancy had this moving conversation with her mom and about
It might, yeah.
why don't you go ahead and just write the story that they're not going to let you do and release it to this other.
And it might pay off in season 4 if they come back and it's like, we got this story published, we got it out there.
Well, the thing that frustrated me is the story was published. The ending, the epilogue of the series has this news broadcast of like strange things in Hawkins. It's news at 9. That kind of presentation, but they didn't do it. It was just some. If they had done it,
was like a random like Inquirer thing.
If they had done it, then there's your payoff.
That
was the problem.
Maybe it's revealed that they are the tip.
But
that kicked off.
But the problem is, it's still a problem for this season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
To build on Nico's, I cannot say it again how much I really did not like Mike.
Yeah.
There's a lot of issues with that character that honestly I don't see him having any real consequences because, I mean, the whole Elle dumping him, you know that they're going to get back together later on because, look, they're already back together.
Well, and part of what instigated...
There's no consequences for that behavior.
Part of what instigated a lot of what was happening with them, though, was Hopper's treatment of that situation, too. I mean...
And again, it's not
instead
consequences
of doing
out of his own actions.
Instead of doing what Winona Ryder's character had asked Hopper to do, Hopper just decided to threaten him instead.
Yeah.
Which set things in motion.
Honestly, if I was trying to talk to my kids and the boyfriend was being very disrespectful and whispering mockingly in my daughter's ear, I'd threaten them too.
I don't entirely think Hopper did the wrong thing, honestly.
Yeah.
I think he did an okay job, and it's a hard job like that.
Yeah.
That being, especially that single dad with this daughter that's only really been your daughter for like a year, and this jackass kid, because Mike is a jackass.
So a lot of kids, a lot of young kids turn into that at that age. They turn into jackasses. And the other side of that is his girlfriend happens to be like the most powerful person in the world, basically. Yeah. So it gives him a level of eye-to-eye contact with Hopper that most kids don't get with parents.
Yeah.
She could slam the door in Hopper's face and he could do nothing about it. So I think that's where a lot of that whispering and smart-assery comes from.
But I think, again, it's that bad behavior does not have consequences. So unless they...
Welcome to the 80s.
Yeah. Unless they make massive changes, he's going to grow up into a crappy character.
I feel like they did a good enough... they did a reasonable job. That's fine if you don't agree. That they did a reasonable job of him coming to terms of, I'm overprotective. I'm
there was
on this
dialogue about that.
There's dialogue about it. It's like, you have to be your own person. I shouldn't...
Yeah, but
have this exact
actions speak louder than words, so we'll see how that plays out.
It did happen at the end of the season, so we don't know. Mm-hmm. But there was development. We just hope it pays off at the end.
And one last thing that is a gripe, which isn't as much of a gripe as it's about to sound, but a friend pointed out the whole sacrificing to redeem oneself is a trope that is overplayed a lot, and that's exactly the treatment Billy got. So
I thought Billy was nigh irredeemable in second season. Yeah, and I get that. If you think it's second season, Billy, he is an awful person.
Like, when they pretended to kill him off, I was like, oh, sweet. Don't deal with that character again.
But I think the show effectiveness could be argued. Yeah. But the show did go through efforts to show this is still a kid who was effectively abused by an abrasive father figure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And his mother, while his mother was in a crappy relationship, also verbally and physically abused by this abrasive father figure, did leave Billy. Mm-hmm. So he has a lot of stuff. Now, that doesn't excuse behavior, but it does go towards understanding why he is this way.
I would have liked it... Go ahead.
Well, I think part of how that redemption at the end happens is that Eleven is successful at bringing a little bit of that all of that crap humanity. Billy back. That 7-year-old Billy we see with his mom having fun on the beach brings a little bit back in him that had been gone for the 2 seasons.
Well, that's that magic scene. It's a beautiful scene.
I think it would have had maybe a little bit more impact for me personally if they didn't just outright kill him. like 10 seconds later.
Can I just be honest and say I'm glad they did, because I don't really like the character and I don't like the actor that much. So I'm kinda glad he's gone.
I actually,
but I see your point.
Yeah,
I can see the point, but
if they had waited to reveal his death or succumb to his injuries in season 4, I would have been more okay with that.
No, but
I would have drug it out.
I
He
get the
either has
point.
to live or die.
No, that's my. I get the
Mr. Orange
point.
cannot sit at the back of the car the whole movie and bleed out of his stomach. He has to go places
I get
before he gets shot by Mr. White.
Yeah, I get the point about the wanting there to be more effort in the redemption. Like, you need to earn this more than you did. That's a reasonable argument. I wouldn't have wanted to watch that because at this point in the show, Billy's story is done for me. It's like Billy's over. I don't want to watch him anymore. I don't think he really could be redeemed as a character. I don't think this redeems and exonerates his bad actions in the last 2 seasons, or especially not the second season that he premiered in. But it just shows that he is not. It's not all black and white.
All it does.
He's
All this
knowingly
did
trying
was
to get in bed with a mom.
all this
is
season
currently
did.
still married.
I don't know that this season
Actively
redeemed
trying.
him as much as it showed the why.
It humanized him.
It showed the why he was who he was.
It's not the redemption; it's the humanization. It shows that there is more layers to him, but it doesn't redeem him. And had he lived, we would have had to deal with the additional plot line of Billy either still being a crappy person or
Redeeming
going
himself.
through the effort of redeeming. And I think that would have been a lot.
I don't want to watch
plot
somebody
do.
go through 12 steps.
And exactly, I don't want to deal with that. I think killing him off is the most efficient thing.
I think in some weird way we've had Winona Ryder's character for that. I mean, we don't know. I mean, she's a great person. She's a good person, but you could tell she's had a rough life.
Yeah.
That character.
I will say, I hated, and this is just me, I hated the post-credit scene.
So now we know, all of us know that Hopper is not dead.
Is he?
We don't know that.
We don't know. We don't technically know.
Then
which
who's the American?
Yeah,
You know what? I don't care.
I think it's Hopper. I mean, I'm
It's
sure.
definitely
Yeah.
Hopper.
If it's Hopper, man,
Dude, it's Hopper.
I don't
I will
I
put
don't
you-
want it to be Hopper.
I'm fine with it being Hopper. I don't have a problem with it being Hopper.
It's gonna be Hopper.
Now, question is, how do you think the Russians got him? Do you think...
I think he slipped in that porthole when it exploded and popped out another one.
Yeah, no, because
That's dumb, man.
Haven't you played Portal?
Okay, look,
You gotta start thinking with portals, man.
Don't talk to me about that.
before the actual post-credit scene happened in Russia, it was like, all right, I know Hopper's alive. We were looking at it, it's like, Hopper's alive. We know he survived this because there's no body. Either he dove into the Upside Down.
Yeah, because they had that scene where he
Yeah.
looks at
He looks at the portal.
Joyce, looks at the portal, looks back at Joyce.
And then, or
Which you're supposed to believe he's just telling her to do it, get it done before it's too late.
or the Russians somehow got him when because all the Russians were gone.
Everyone disintegrated. You saw them
But wait, you
disintegrate.
know this, Zach, if you think about this, this is a tool of the show. The way you know someone is really dead, and this is across all 3 seasons, the way you know they're dead is that you see their body.
Yeah, you have to see a body. This is
Everybody
Game
wondered
of
about
Thrones.
what's her name from season 1, the red-haired girl, then we
Barb.
saw the body.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
isn't a tool of the show. This is just a tool of fiction. It's like
Well, not necessarily. Some people just freaking disappear
no,
and they're done,
no,
whatever.
no. There's no body.
Disintegrated.
You comics.
In my mind, I can believe they're still out there
I'm a
somewhere.
long-time comic reader. If there's no body, they're not dead.
Hey,
And-
I saw the
and if there
Wasp
is
get killed in Secret Wars, and there was a body.
Yeah.
She still came back.
I've seen Jean Grey get killed multiple times when there are bodies, and she still comes back.
That's true.
Having a Demogorgon,
Nerds.
it's just like...
I like the Demogorgon coming back. I thought it was a really cool. I liked the Demogorgon creature in season 1. I thought it was a really neat design. I thought the design was okay for the Mind Flayer, but I liked the Demogorgon's just more simplicity, iconic feel.
Yeah.
And I really liked seeing it again because it felt weird to have that be such a one-off.
Something led into it, it makes me feel retro about that design.
Yeah,
retro
yeah.
monster.
And then you have the whole idea of Hopper jumping in because if Will could survive there for so long, and it's like a Hopper's gonna
Barely.
be, but Hopper's
So-
shown to be okay.
Since we're talking about the end of this one, so like for season 4, I'm kind of tired of the whole. We've got a portal open kind of thing. I know that the Demogorgons and that alternate dimension, that's part of the story, but I just wish I could see something else. see it told in a different way.
I want to see what
or-
they're going to do with this.
It's
next
just
season
another
that's gonna
portal
surprise
opened
us.
in Russia. You know,
I get the feeling
That's boring.
I get the feeling this one's going to be more public. Like this is going to be the Chernobyl analog because at this point,
You have no
like-
proof other than a couple people.
well, at this
You
point,
say you don't have any
Well,
photographic evidence. That
no,
covering it up.
Well, hey,
no,
No,
hold
that-
on, let me finish.
Yeah.
The end of the season isn't the Chernobyl analog. It's not the public thing. The thing in next season is going to be the public thing. Like Russia's going to open a portal, and it's going to be a big deal in it's an invasion or
Yeah.
something. Like more things spill out.
Something
They can
different has gotta happen.
Things spill out that can no longer be hidden.
Looking at
from
another
each other.
hidden like portal that's open and scientists studying it.
And they can
we got-
easily,
that's
they can
3
easily
seasons.
turn Chernobyl into it's like Chernobyl actually wasn't what we just saw on HBO.
Now
It
that would
was-
be like taking the Titanic approach to
Yeah.
history. That would be kind of neat.
And I
Like,
think
maybe that would be
kinda
better.
cool, yeah.
That would be better.
I'm almost tempted to say just cut to the 90s. Just cut 10 years later.
I don't know. I think they're going to end it.
Can't do that.
They
Kids
need
won't
to-
age that
They
fast.
need to keep the kids. I think it needs to be the last season.
Yeah.
I think 4 needs to end.
I honestly think that it's going to happen again on Christmas because each one happens on a holiday.
and that's when Elle's coming back.
And
Yeah.
it's going to be a full circle.
And it's
It
gonna be
started
some-
on Christmas.
Are they
It's
gonna do
going to
waffles?
end on Christmas.
Probably, they'll probably do
You said
waffles.
Quizmates.
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 All
Happy
right.
Quizmates.
All right, so
You said waffles.
Waffles.
We're an hour 22 minutes in.
Yep.
So we last thoughts.
Last thoughts. Go ahead. You the lady.
Turn around.
See, that's
Look at what you see.
that scene.
It was long.
I loved it though.
Way too
I
long, but it
loved
was
it,
so
though.
good.
I thought it
But,
needed
man, I
to
started
be that
thinking about it,
long
I'm like, man,
to fully understand why everybody was just groaning. I felt it needed to be that long.
I had no issue with the length of it.
was-
And the final reveal of Susie was so great. 'Cause
I
she
loved
was
it. It was
such a cute little girl. I was like, look at his little girlfriend.
Throughout the whole show, it was like they're playing this up way too hard about Susie not being real. She's totally real.
Yeah.
Well, they talk about her in episode 1, and then she goes away for a while, and then they start bringing her back up, and I'm like, yeah, Susie's gonna come in here.
Yeah.
And she's a great little actress. I liked her. She was real funny. And when they
Dusty
sang
buns.
together, that was hilarious.
All right, Steven.
Okay, I'm glad this show redeemed itself. I need to watch season 1 and season 3 now to see which one's better.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm right there.
Really good.
I'm super glad with this one. It was what I think the show needed to be. It was what I wanted out of this season pretty well. It was just such a fun and meaty season. There's a lot of plot stuff, but a lot of that candy 80s just glossed over greatness.
Loved it.
So I do think next season needs to be the last one.
Well,
But-
and I did see a report that they said that the Duffers had a 4 to 5 season arc built.
Yeah, and if
So it could be
it could be 5 if they have an arc built. If they have a concept that has an ending and they stick with it.
No, they're just gonna Game of Thrones this and keep going until they get burned out.
No, they're going to supernatural this.
You're right. 16 seasons later.
So that'll be so it's going to end in like 2000. All right, Zach.
I mean, I'm right there with you where I say that, between season 1 and season 3, I mean, I've heard some people say, season 3 is the weakest. It's like, you are wrong.
What the heck are
They're
you
totally
talking
wrong.
about?
You are wrong.
Yeah.
Season 1, I actually went back, rewatched a little bit of it today. It is like analog. It's like going back to an old game console, and you're like, man, this was great. And you go back and you're like, this is very basic. In terms of cinematography, in terms of direction, and then you cut to like season 3 where it's like, yeah, Netflix finally gave them some money.
Netflix
Yeah,
gave money.
that was good.
And the thing for me that always is a tipper between it, like, and it's probably going to tip it between 1 and 3 is 1 was what started it. 1 was the new, and you can never have the new again.
You can.
Yeah.
It's always hard to discount that.
Yep.
And
All right.
All right.
those openings.
But
still so
majority
Those-
of
oh yeah,
it.
the opening theme is still
Yeah.
super iconic. But now that you're done with Stranger Things, you can watch something new on Blu-ray.
And happily, we have Blu-rays this week. Remember, we only
Yeah.
had 1 Blu-ray last week.
we did, and it was
was
the Escape Plan sequel.
Number 3.
Yeah.
So this week, if you want to pick up some Blu-rays, you can get the Mothra Steelbook, which is gorgeous, by the way.
That's super. Is that the Mothra trilogy and like the?
It's
the
just
90s?
no.
the
This is
original
the
Mothra?
original.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like Toho Mothra.
That's
movie.
super nice.
Yeah. So the new Pet Cemetery is out.
4K.
We,
4K, yeah, but don't really want that.
We read where somebody did a viewing of the 4K.
Did a home
Pets
video release in
in
a.
a cat cafe.
Yep.
That's hilarious. That would be the place. Actually, I would want to watch. What's the this thing that's a Stephen King thing with all the cats? Sleepwalkers. That's what I want to watch.
That'd be good,
Okay, so Gotham, the complete series, Gotham season 5 is out.
I
separately
knew
if you wanna
season
get that.
5 was the ending, and I knew it was the current season. I didn't realize it had already ended.
Yep, it's done, and now the whole thing is out to pick
Yeah, but
up.
that's a waste of money.
I don't know. I heard it's pretty good. I haven't watched it though.
I like bits of Gotham. I didn't stick with it, but I was generally. I like the concept.
Yeah.
I like it the most when it's less. Here's things leading into Batman, and more so it's like
I like it
it's
when
a
it's Jim Gordon focusing on like battling corrupt cops.
when it's this kind of surreal, gothic like Law and Order kind of thing, with this like weird like procedural dealing with this kooky kind of oddball crimes. I think that was the strong bits.
And see, that's when I lost interest because I watched a little bit of season 1 and it wasn't serialized enough for me. Like there wasn't a cliffhanger ending that led me to go, "Oh my god, I got to see the next episode."
I do feel like it did not need to be. It's so weird. Hulu and Netflix and all these streaming shows and small run season shows have ruined me for broadcast television.
Yeah.
I cannot watch
Well,
22 episode seasons anymore.
You say that, but I've been going through Lost,
It depends on the
and
show.
the first couple seasons of Lost, I was like, "Oh, this is still good."
Yeah, the first couple of seasons
Yeah,
lost.
Well, season 4 of Lost is going to be a trial when I get there.
Yeah.
I know, but
I will say the problem with this show will have just automatically out the gate. It looks like garbage.
oh,
I don't care
see,
how good your show is. If it looks cheap and bad, I can't get it.
I got no issue with that. If show's good, I love Babylon 5, and it looks like a 1980s
Yeah, but
video
this
game.
is, this is me.
Babylon 5
If
is
it looks like
Yeah.
it was made with $10,
Babylon
I
5
don't
looks
care.
like it was made with $10. Looks
Yeah,
like somebody
sorry.
coded it on an Amiga.
No, it looks
Sorry, I
like it's
can't
made
get
with
into it.
1050.
Yeah, right. 1050, exactly. All right, so also you can pick up Waterworld in 4K. I kind of like Waterworld. I just wish it wasn't so long. That's the problem
Yeah.
with Waterworld. It's like,
This includes the extended cut, right? 3 hours.
yeah, 3 hours. Yeah. The Hulk is out in 4K.
Is that the Ang Lee Hulk? Or is that Incredible Hulk? With
No,
Edward
that's
Norton?
the Hulk.
So that's the Ang Lee one.
The Ang Lee
Yeah.
one, yeah.
Okay.
Silent Hill Collector's Edition.
Yes! Right
is
there.
out. So Zach and I looked at this in the pre-show. The Blu-ray looks like crap. Like the artwork is like, meh, it's not good, and it doesn't look like a collector's edition. But man, is it packed with bonus features.
Oh, cool.
It's got easily 4 hours.
Easily.
I love
And
my horrible. This is
and-
not Silent Hill movie. Silent Hill movie.
I like it too.
The first one's good.
The first one's
the
good.
first one's good.
And here's the
second
other thing.
one.
Oh, we don't talk about that.
I saw that one in 3D
He's her
at the theater.
protector.
I did not see that one in 3D, but
Yeah.
we did see that in the theater, and oh god,
Yeah, it was terrible.
that's garbage.
Yep, it's terrible.
Kit Harington's acting is
God.
horrendous.
It's pretty bad. But according to Blu-ray.com, the audio video quality is pretty good. I'd say it's pretty good.
Good. You
And
can hear
then-
me screaming. in
Yep,
the
and also
background.
you can get High Life. Zach loves High Life. He loves that movie.
I,
A24. A24.
All right.
you know what? You know what? You should watch Highlight.
I'm gonna.
You know what? You get your receiver back in here.
We're gonna
you should
watch
watch Highlight.
You know what else you could do is read some
Well,
comics.
That's what I would prefer to do
Yeah.
right now is read some comics.
From Marvel, we have Amazing Spider-Man 25, Avengers number 21, The Invisible Woman number 1 of 5, getting a miniseries, Thor number 15, and Giant Size X-Statix number 1.
What is that?
X-Statix is a kind of a kooky oddball X-Men
Okay.
book.
You're a kooky oddball X-Men bro.
Yeah.
DC has Batman number 74,
It's all-
Event Leviathan
It's
number
all-
2 of 6,
Don't cry.
He's growing up so big.
Flash number 74, Justice League Odyssey number 11, and Wonder Woman number 74. In other titles, we have from Dark Horse and DC teaming up for Black Hammer Justice League number 1 of 5.
I love the name of this book
Yeah.
anyway. Whatever it is.
Care Bears number 1 of 3 from IDW.
There you go, Zach.
Ghosted in LA number 1, Go Go Power Rangers number 21, and Unearthed number 1. This week is basically for Marvel a lot of the culmination of the aftermath of the War of the Realms big Thor event.
Yeah, I like that.
Also, War of Realms Omega line came out too.
I like your line in the comic book article. It's already up. Who's the writer?
Jason Aaron.
Yeah, doing his victory lap.
Yeah, Thor 15 is the start of his last arc of Thor. Basically, him like wrapping up the character. I don't even know who the creative team is going to be after him because I'm not sure how long he has on Thor at this point, but I know he's ending it because this is basically the denouement, the denouement of the denouement of Thor of his entire run.
Yeah.
And but he's still doing Avengers and he's got some other stuff.
You know what I really want is I just want someone to do a run on Thor that's not so fantasy and do something more science fiction. Like, I love Cosmic Thor.
Yeah, I do too. And a lot of, I think that would be really cool if that's what the next run is. So I guess we'll see how that works out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to take it. This one was definitely very fantasy inspired.
Yeah, I kind of dabbled in it a little bit, but it just wasn't my thing.
I do like that Jason Aaron, who's also doing the Avengers, but he's also doing Conan the Barbarian,
Which is fitting.
Is straight up his Will Wagon. I
Right.
loved it when Marvel got the franchise back from it was announced a year and a half ago, 2 years or something, and Jason Aaron on his Twitter account just posted a photo of his office, and it's a bookshelf of Conan books,
Yeah, so
like
that was
the actual Robert E.
it was meant
Howard
to be.
Conan books, like resume right here.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Marvel, give me Conan, and sure enough, they gave
They
me Conan.
did. Finally.
Yeah.
All right. So
Where can we
where
find
we
each
can
other?
find you on the internet?
You can find me Twitter at CheddarPopper, CheddarPoppr, and you can find me on Instagram at Novinity Avalon.
Nico?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram under Nico Scream. If you're interested in more comics, you can find the full list of everything that came out on Culturesmash.tv. And Zach?
You can find me on Instagram. I am Master of Nature 91, and you can find me on Steam as a Dangerous Mutant Lunatic, or on Twitch.tv as a Dangerous Mutant Lunatic. I've been streaming lately.
Oh, Lord.
Been testing
Send in
out.
hate mail.
Been,
Send him the hate mail. That's
you know
right.
what? Come watch my streams. Watch me play games.
And put all your hate in the comments.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So find me
I got a comment on a video. Oh boy, that's what it's gonna be.
That's
Because nobody comments. Nobody
That's right.
watches it.
no one wants to see you do that.
You can watch me play Team Fortress 2 horribly.
No one wants to
You should
watch
do it
that old game.
topless.
Topless.
That's true. That'll get you the
Yeah.
views.
I don't have a view. I don't have a mic or a cam. It's just me, the game.
Well, that's your problem.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
problem.
your problem.
Because they really care about. Oh yeah, here comes Biscuits jumping up on the desk. Biscuits putting.
Yes,
Everybody
actually,
loves
yes.
cats.
Actually, yes, that would get
Wait,
you all the
everybody
views.
loves
cats.
If you had like Team Fortress and a cat.
No, what you
Viewers
should
is
do
winning.
is you should train Biscuits to stand still with like a headset, and you play and have it be like Biscuits is playing the game.
Yeah.
That's
That-
true. Biscuits
that's-
with meow and
Okay,
everything.
How much webcams?
That's when. I mean, you get a webcam for
At
30 bucks.
least 30%.
Yeah, well, we got this.
Exactly.
And Steven?
So you can find me at Everything Culture Smash, mostly on Facebook, but a little bit on the Instagram too. Family Fear, mostly again on Facebook, where we'll be putting some stuff up about that movie, and Zach will probably be revealing some secrets that he's not supposed to.
No, probably not.
Probably on social media, yeah. But
Damn it!
no, just
Is this gonna be a thing now?
It's gonna be a
it's gonna
thing.
be a thing now.
It's gonna be a thing. Yeah, so just it's actually Family Affair Movie on Facebook, and Four Cone Films is the website. And I didn't even tell you this in pre-show, but we got merch coming. We got T-shirts and hoodies and caps and all kinds of stuff coming to Amazon within the next few days.
I fear for my wallet.
You should.
Oh, God.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.